What is up, Metalheads? In today's video, I am going to talk to you about a project that I just completed actually this morning. This is the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Ophidian Archway. This is by Games Workshop, if you are not familiar. This piece was a lot of fun to paint. This was actually one of the pieces that I had on what I like to call the Shelf of Shame. Basically, it's a piece that I started on years ago, and then I didn't get around to finishing it. And so I took a little time here and there and made sure that I finished it. I finished it over a few Twitch streams, and people have been messaging me and asking me what paints I used on it to work on it, and I will take a moment to share that with you. Now, if you want to see it painted while it's being done and me explaining things, then I will be sure to put the link below for our Twitch channel, and you can find the videos there for as long as they're up there, and you are welcome to them. So, to start, I base coated the stone parts there, the main stone parts, with Badger Minitaire's cracked leather. It's a really good gray-brown, especially when you want to do a warm-colored stone. You can find it on USAairbrushsupply.com, and if you use code Metalhead Minis, all one word, you get 10% off, just so you know. I also, the bricks, like at the top and in other random areas, I base coated those with Xandri dust from GW. Don't get excited. They did not change over to dropper bottles. I just did that myself. And if you scroll down some on our channel, you will find a video on how to do that yourself if you prefer, if you would like. I personally like it. It helps your paints last a lot longer. So the gold was base coated with GW's Gehenna's gold. I absolutely love this gold. It's beautiful, it's bright, and it has red in it, which is really beautiful and a nice touch. Love it. So after I did that base coating, I went over it with Agrax Earthshade. Again, calm down. They don't make Agrax Earthshade in big bottles. I just tend to buy it in bulk because we use it so much. And then I went to Hobby Lobby and purchased these bigger bottles in order to have more at a time because we go through it so quick. So I went over everything with Agrax Earthshade, and I mean everything. And then we started the process of the highlighting. And when I did that, I dry brushed all of the stone with Citadel's Dry Technical and Tyrant Skull, okay? And then for the metal, and this is actually a really good highlight color for this, Pro Acryl by Monument Hobbies in white gold. And I dry brushed that on to pretty much all the metal. Just made sure to touch up on all the highest parts of the surfaces, okay? And then after I got that done, I went into the metal there. You see that there's some patina. I did that on purpose to show weathering. And what I did to do that was Nylock Oxide mixed with some P3's turquoise ink. Mind you, only put a little bit of the turquoise ink because it's really vivid and strong, but I absolutely love P3's inks, just so you know. I also, for the green parts, I used Citadel's shade in Beal Tan Green. This is still in a pot because I only have one left right now. But eventually, you will see that in those big bottles too. But that's how I sat there and managed to add in some of that green. And it was just to give it a little more life, a little more character. And then what I did, besides that, I'm trying to think what else. The last step that I did after putting in the Nylock Oxide in the metal there to create some interest, afterwards I put Reikland Flesh Shade. And I did that only in the metal parts, and that was just to add more definition back in to the metal. And I don't know about you, but I tend to think that worked. With the Beal Tan Green on the front part here, I didn't go too crazy because I wanted it to also make parts of the trees stand out. So you see there, I did the green there. But yeah, that's about it. That's what I did to paint this. And I really had a good time with it, and I'm glad that I finished it because we're going to be using it for an event in October. But yeah, so be sure to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to us yet, then shame on you because you should be. Make sure to also hit the bell there so that way you get notified when we come out with new videos. Also, as a reminder, those of you who are going to Gen Con this year, the catalog will be opening up this weekend at May 5th, as a matter of fact, I believe at noontime. And that's when you guys can sit there and put your wish list events together of classes that you'd like to go to. And on our Metalhead Minis Facebook page is actually the updated list with classes that will be taught by myself, Nessie Knows, and ImpendingDuff. So if you want to make sure that you get the list of our classes and have our events, make sure to do that. And there's a lot of other great teachers that'll be teaching as well. So be sure to check them out. I'm sure they'll be posting over the course of the weekend to give you info. If you have any more questions, please feel free to comment below or email us. All of the links for our Twitch channel, USA Airbrush Supply, Monument Hobbies, and such, I'll make sure to put in the description below for you. Thank you guys so much for your support, and talk to you soon.